I'm not asking anybody to help me. No, at all. I'm doing this myself. I will figure it out.
12 seconds later.
Okay, if anybody wants to help me, you can help me. But I'm not a dry beggar.
Jaylen is a woman in her 40s who spends most of her time either begging online, ignoring her responsibilities as a parent, or conjuring up a scheme to get sympathy donations from her viewers. The longer I watched Jaylen, the more obvious it was every time she goes live, it's a ploy or a situation she knows she can get money from, such as allowing her daughter to run away, bragging about physical altercations with her son's girlfriend, all the way to her family being featured on a true crime show. The story of Jaylen is as frustrating as it is tragic, but I think it's important to begin with how she uses her daughters to manipulate her viewers. Jaylen has twin girls and a son, but for most of the videos, you'll see only one of the twins. They're the only one who ever really interacts with Jaylen, and that's because her other daughter, who we will refer to as T, has deep-rooted issues with Jaylen, most likely due to past issues, and that's just a guess due to Jaylen claiming she's a recovering addict. This has caused T to flee multiple times over the years, running away to different friends to stay for extended periods of time. Jaylen just allows this behavior. It almost seems encouraged by the fact Jaylen will just let her stay even though she knows where she's at. Jaylen also claims the people T routinely runs off with puts bad ideas in her head about her living situation and her family, and whether they're right or wrong, the fact Jaylen allows this gives credit to the critics who say she's fine with T running off. And in all honesty, probably just as responsible, especially when instead of going over there to mediate the situation, worst case scenario, have the law help her out, she chooses to go live and use this situation to potentially get pity donations from her viewers. And let's not forget that Jaylen's daughter is also 18 years old and allegedly needs Jaylen just to take care of her. And since these videos were recorded in the middle of May, Jaylen's daughter was definitely in high school at the time. So Jaylen was allowing this during school week, so effectively she was risking the well-being of both of her daughters, since the state would most likely have reason to step in and potentially revoke custody if they wanted to. The situation gets even more tragic when you consider that the other twin, who we will refer to as B, is caught in the middle of all this with no help coming from Jaylen, who's constantly on lives. You'll hear her asking B to do chores while Jaylen just sits there on live stream, or B will have to interrupt those live streams to remind Jaylen of important events in Jaylen's own life. She was even the one begging her sister to come home, not Jaylen. Jaylen seems to place a lot of responsibility on B, and no matter how independent she is, I just don't think someone so young should have to carry such a load, especially since it seems this has been going on for quite some time.
If I try, it's just gonna be a big old fight. She's gonna be saying stuff to me that's very inappropriate because of the girl she's staying with. Will tell her to say that to me. My daughter left a couple days ago, and she said that she's not coming back, which she has to come back. I'm gonna wait about 5 more days. Just give her a few days. She's keeping in touch with my daughter. I don't know. She just wanted out for a while, so I'm just giving her a couple days. Guys, it don't matter how old she is. I don't care. I'm not that old, and she's not that old, so she is disabled and under my care, and she's not ready yet. That's all I can say is she's not ready yet. I'm on here, like, what time is it, 12 o'clock? What time is it, baby?
It's 12:34.
12:34, and I'm never on this late. Never ever on this late.
He actually texted
What has she said, like, about being upset with me?
Well, sometimes when you are angry or upset, you tend to,
Get mad?
no, I don't want to hurt your family.
Just say it. Try to make me feel sorry for her?
No, you tend to overreact.
I know I do. It's okay, you can tell me anything.
No, it's because you're upset. It's just how you are.
I know, I can't help it.
I know.
And I haven't had my medicine today.
Wait, why didn't you take your medicine?
Because it's at the pharmacy, they haven't filled it yet.
And Lynn wanna get our checks, like in money?
Between the 26th and 28th, something like that. I can't breathe. Why did she ask?
No, I'm asking so you can do the money thing properly. Because you haven't done it.
I'm gonna go buy her stuff, take it to her, and she'll get a little bit of money here and there, but it's not gonna happen. It's not going all to her because I'm going to get her in 5 days. I'm taking the cops with me, so it don't matter about that.
What the hell is going on? I'm worried. What the hell?
I'm sad over my kid. No, Savannah, don't leave like that. This is the second time she's done this to me. The only reason she came home the first time is because she had to. But my daughter just told me something about my other daughter, the one that left. I'm not mentioning it, I'm not saying it, but it's bad. It was Philly cheese. I know, my kids call me anytime at night and I'll be there in a split second. If my kids call me and they need me, I'm there. It might take me a little bit, but I'll get there. I will get there. Yeah, I'm just worried about my daughter, George. I'm not asking anybody to help me, no, at all. I'm doing this myself. I will figure it out. You only paid $75 for rent? What? Okay, if anybody wants to help me, you can help me. But I'm not a dry beggar. I'm not asking for help, Pam. Why would you do that?
During the video where Jaylen's daughter ran away, she shortly afterwards came back online just a few hours later, even more distressed, claiming something terrible happened to her daughter. But then just sit on live stream and said basically nothing for a majority of the time and didn't show any emotion whatsoever, which not only would place doubt in anyone's mind, but have them questioning you as an individual. Using their loved ones as sympathy bait is just wrong, no matter how you put it. But when it didn't work like she initially planned, Jaylen had nothing to go on, so she sat and hoped someone would feel sorry enough to donate. But Jaylen will also use other underhanded tactics to get people to donate to her. Often people like Jaylen and Lisa Richards will go online asking for small sums of money, maybe $3 or so, claiming they need just a few extra to get Uber, food, or something like that, hoping that people will donate more to her. And when that happens, sometimes Jaylen will just continue to move the goalposts further and further with no real explanation. My only guess, she hopes her audience forgets or just doesn't care, and there's never really a good excuse for why she needs the money. It will always be some vague issue that came out of nowhere.
If anybody wants to help, $1 here and $1 there, that'd be fine, but you don't have to. I don't want to, seem like what they kept saying I was, a beggar. I'm just trying to figure it out. It's for her too. Do you not understand that? And I'll give her her money back. Bitches. I did not get no 50 grand. Who in the world? Oh my God. If I had 50 grand, I wouldn't be trying to get $3 right now. Jesus. God, use common sense. Well, my daughter needs it, so thank you very much. Debbie, oh my God, thank you. I think I do. No, I need $3 or $5, I can't remember. No, I need 3 or 5, I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, I'm trying to, I don't like asking. My internet's off and my daughter is driving her crazy and driving me crazy. If I can give my daughter her money back, that would be great.
And let's not forget, Jaylen is one of the biggest dry beggars on the internet I've ever seen. One of these sympathy grifters who in desperation will just flat out say, give me money. I don't care if you call me a dry beggar. And she's consistent. To this day, it's not uncommon to see Jaylen go live at least 3 times a week, multiple times a day, begging her audience for money. This has become a normal part of her routine. Like the rest of us wake up and eat breakfast and prepare for our day, Jaylen is waking up, thinking up stories, and going live to see if anyone's gullible enough to believe it. And that's not if she doesn't dry beg one time at the beginning of the stream and just stare at the camera for the rest of the time because she has zero reason to be on there. No stories to tell, no interesting ideas, just a goal to get as many sympathy bucks as possible. And to end off the begging segment, I've got to acknowledge that this is a routine for Jaylen. To say that this is the last time she's begging and how much she despises being known as the e-beggar, but immediately memory holds that or go against her word whenever she's in a quote-unquote desperate situation. Jaylen will gladly take their money, thank them, say this is the last time, and do it again, maybe the next minute or the next hour. And for sure, the worst case of Jaylen begging had to be the time two of her friends and her were just casually having a conversation. Well, Jaylen was in the corner shaking like a leaf, while our friends were having a conversation about ghosts of all things, when Jaylen just disappears, I guess kind of like a ghost, for like 20 minutes, just vanished, only to come back in tears, screaming that her power bill had just arrived. And it was over $6,000. The scam was so egregious that even her friends who constantly sweep for Jaylen instantly called her out for lying. Jaylen instantly clammed up, probably realizing how desperate she sounded, but she couldn't help herself but to pretend to break down a few more times throughout the live stream in an attempt to bait a few fans, I'm guessing. And for such a huge bill to a person who gets on live stream almost every other day to beg fans for around $350, magically this $6,000 light bill just vanished into thin air like the Loch Ness monster, never to be heard of again.
All right, now calm down. Calm down.
$6,313.74. They said if I didn't pay the full amount, my electric's getting shut off.
$6,000 light bill. They are damn crazy.
Go back in there.
That is a lie. There ain't no way. That is a lie. No, yuppie, ain't nobody. I got people that friends that live in mansions and their light bill ain't that much. I'm talking about 11 and 12 bedroom homes. No.
Just they obviously.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, it has to be.
It definitely is.
Jaylen also has this odd lack of maturity where she doesn't even try to be the responsible adult in the room, like when she relies on her very young daughter to remember important things in her own life. But she often shows a lack of care for herself and her daughters, like the time when she got into the physical altercation with a girl who was barely 19 years old. For reference, one evening Jaylen had got offended by something her son's girlfriend had said and decided to jump on her out of nowhere. After their altercation, Jaylen forced her to get out of the house, getting on live later that day bragging about what she had done to a 19-year-old. But after a day or two, Jaylen suddenly had more and more injuries piling up from her battle, leading most to believe that she realized she could get far more donations if her audience felt bad for her, so she just ran with that instead.
Look at my hand. It's not that bad, but I went back at her 3 times, so it's fine. I ain't gonna talk about it, guys. Look at this. I got into a fight. I had plenty more come out. It's in the hallway down there. Yep. You ain't gonna talk about my kid, say the shit she said about my kid. Yep. Oh, thank you, April. Yeah, she checked on me. I really don't want to talk about it anymore. But I stood my ground with my son, for my son. Just got those fighting skills. I didn't think I could still do it. I did. I was expecting to get my butt whooped if I didn't. I feel better. I got all my anger out that I had in build up inside of me, and I feel better. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I feel so much better. I told her if she wasn't out by tomorrow, that I'm bringing a cop there, and they will escort her out. What?
I don't want to get involved with you guys.
You're not.
It stresses me out.
You're not, are you?
It stresses Brandon out too.
You guys don't be in it. You're not in it.
it.
How?
We live with all of you.
I'm sorry, I took care of it.
I know, when you guys argue and stuff, the other person hears about what it's about.
Don't stress about it. I took care of it.
I know.
The problem is going to be gone. She's going to be gone tonight or tomorrow.
What do you mean?
Audra. She's the one that did it.
But, Alba and Emma said that they were all there.
She don't even know what the I'm talking about. I try to explain to her, but she's not listening to what I'm saying.
You could end up in jail for that.
That night I got into a fight. My son found one that night, but we had to rig it up. It is sad. She's got all these people telling her shit. My son's ex told her I was talking about her, so I haven't talked about her in a while. And when I talked about her, it was because she was talking about me, but they got all that stirred up too. They didn't say, but they've not been dilating. Like, guys, you see them. They've been like this for days. I've been at the doctor all day and running all day trying to get my son food and get us food, and I was out in the heat and I was trying to get the air conditioner back here, and I was trying to do this, trying to do that, and I had to keep going the back road because they're working on the main road, so that just made it worse.
Another sign of her immaturity is when she goes on live stream with young adults or just straight up teenagers, allowing them to interject with Jaylen's own dramas that could possibly bring danger to themselves because they try to defend her. As the responsible adult, Jaylen should know better than to allow them to put themselves in that situation. But since they're defending her, she allows it no matter the problem it could bring them along the way. Jaylen understands very well the consequences to these actions. Like the time Jaylen was on live stream with her friend Maddie. She was on panel with a few other creators. They were questioning Jaylen on her morals, such as why she allows her daughter to parent herself, Jaylen's relentless dry begging and sympathy baits. Jaylen had no answers, so she fled to her own live stream and began spreading false information about a panelist named Crystal, a family member of Jaylen's, specifically about Crystal's own parenting skills. And it's not lost on me the hypocrisy of Jaylen criticizing another woman's parenting skills, while at the same time allowing her daughter, who's still in high school, to leave for 5 days at a time and make little to no effort to go and find her. Or when the other twin daughter had to inform Jaylen that getting into an altercation with her son's girlfriend did nothing but hurt the family even more. Even telling Jaylen that this adds stress to her like always. You can tell this isn't the first time she's dealt with this situation, and it won't be the last. And it's so sad that E always seems to see the bright side of stuff and give Jaylen good advice, but it's all ignored either through ego or Jaylen's own desires.
True, LYS.
Well, I think Kristen was talking crap about me because she said something earlier about if we all live in the same state, she would do something to us. And she didn't finish it because she didn't want to get bananas.
Oh, I dare. I would her. She don't even know. She better ask Lynn before she tries on anything on me.
She has 2 kids. Tell her to go take care of her kids. Not too mature speaking on someone's kids. Well, tell her to stop talking about me. She's 23. I was 18. I'm 18 now.
Savannah, do you want to come here and say into the live, tell Lynn that leave me the alone? Well, you ain't got to cuss. She's not a child. She was 20 years old. Don't come at me like that.
What kind of trailer park drama is this? It's not trailer park drama. Thank you, baby girl. And on to the next.
Oh, Lynn over blasting my business all over the place. If I find out she's still doing it, then I am going to open my mouth. I'm tired of it. I mentally wore out the out. Mentally wore the out. Let Lynn know that she's got me mentally up in my head, and she knows. She knows.
I am her daughter, but not biologically. Now leave it as it is. People just don't know how to start running their mouth about their other people.
Lynn, no, or Marcella, no. I don't know if it's under Lynn, no.
Lexi, can you please go unblock Larissa?
That's what Julia's trying to do. You think what's Aunt Lynn? Oh, it is, but she changed it to something else. So, give a if you know who I'm beefing with or not. I'm not beefing. I'm over here upset while they're over talking about me.
After becoming more popular on TikTok and all of the dry begging she does, some of her detractors began to notice that Jaylen was beginning to earn a decent income off of TikTok. Normally, this would be a positive for anybody, but for Jaylen, the situation was a little more complicated, as she began to earn too much money and no longer qualified for government assistance programs. But there was also another problem. The TikTok income was nowhere near the amount she was making with assistance, leaving her scrambling to find a way to still earn TikTok income, but still be on government assistance at the same time. Either way, due to the odd nature of her circumstance, due to her actions, she has put everyone in her family at risk to go broke and lose everything at a moment's notice.
I know. That one girl called the SSI office on me and tell me that's not f***ed up. You don't do that shit. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just gotta go down there or talk to them on the phone. I can't remember. Yeah, they called the SSR office, said I was having more income because I was battling. I don't know what the f*** done to anybody for them to keep this shit on.
Why would they do that?
They're
do you know who done it?
Huh?
Do you know who done it?
Yeah, Kristen.
That's crazy.
I haven't got to talk to SSR about it. I mean, I don't care that they told him. It's just bullshit that she did. I mean, I already... Yeah, it's not even that much money.
People just don't know how to stay in their own lane. They need to stay in their own lane and leave people alone.
Yeah, they do.
It didn't help that around the time of the altercation with her son's girlfriend and getting reported to SSI, her son went to jail, and we seen Jaylen have the biggest meltdown we've ever seen, and of course, she had to go live and share it all with us. While her daughters, obviously stressed and panicking over the situation just like her, were left alone to figure things out by themselves. And even though Jaylen refuses to state why he went to jail, it can be assumed it was due to escalating problems with his ex after what Jaylen had done to her, and unless this was all for show to get donations, whatever happened had to be serious for a reaction like this. But honestly, it's 50-50 since Jaylen is one of the worst beggars on TikTok.
No, it's okay. The guy that I stay here is my son's best friend. In his trailer, we're on a lot that is owned by somebody else, and I have to pay the lot rent. Don't stop. I'm tired. I need to lay down, but I can't rest until I know everything's okay. No. I can't go home.
The girls are in the kitchen and the front room and the bedroom. They're worried too. Because if I find out that somebody hasn't went to do what they're supposed to be doing yet, I'm gonna flip out. I can't drive to him. I can't get to him.
it. Fuck the police. Fuck them. These son of a bitches bastards. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them.
During my research, I began to notice a few traits in Jaylen that began to raise some concern. Besides all the other things we've discussed in this video, throughout these, Jaylen is often sniffling and jittering kind of uncontrollably, and her tendency to beg online and always needing money for her quote-unquote bills, whether true or not, are common signs of potential addiction. And with Jaylen's claim of being a recovered addict, you could see the possibilities there. Even one time, she hosted a detox session for one of her biggest donators, where she gives advice to a lady who was potentially dealing with the effects of a detox. During her motivational speech, you can see Jaylen begin to tear up and break down as she goes on. And I personally believe it's because she knows she's lying to this girl, and pretending to be sober breaks her heart. Since, like myself, many others believe she broke her 14 years of sobriety some time ago, because Jaylen in future videos would again be showing signs that she may be using again. But Jaylen has to continue to pretend to be sober since people are less likely to donate when they know their donations aren't going to bills or food, but potentially going to substances. This is made 10 times worse when you consider that Jaylen is obviously on the verge of passing out on some streams. While she has 2 daughters that need her attention, but she'll continue to go online and beg for money. That's far more important, I guess.
Breathe like that, okay? I need you to do that. I need you to breathe. It sounds to me like you're starting to have a panic attack also, so you need to try to breathe. And you're an amazing person, and I know you've got this. Yes, you do need to change your number. Are you feeling any better? Please tell me you're starting to feel better. At least a little bit. A little bit helps. Every little bit helps. And I pray to God that I'm praying to God that this helps you. I hate it that you're going through withdrawals, and I want you to be okay. And I want you to tell yourself, look, I'm worth it. I am worth it. Because I had to tell myself that I am worth it. I am so worth it to be able to walk the streets with all these other people that are clean and get the stuff they've gotten and not have to live out on the streets or whatever. You got this. In my heart, I know you got this. I can feel your pain right now. I know you're hurt. I'm 14 years clean, guys, just to let y'all know. Yeah, I start to close my eyes a little bit because I'm tired. People are going to be like, oh, she's high, look at her. Oh, we got to snapshot this. Oh, we got to record this. People make me sick. I take enough meds. Some of them do affect me, making me be tired and stuff, so. Oh, I was asleep on the bed earlier, Debbie. Brianna said, Mom, you just rolled right off the bed. I literally rolled right off the bed and fell on top of a shorty. Debbie, I'm gonna have to get off here. No, the fuck I'm not. Are you kidding me? No, I didn't get my prescription refilled because it was already filled. It got filled last week, honey. I get them every 2 weeks. It don't make me not out. So anybody's got a problem, take it up with me.
And for those of you curious about the rest of Jaylen's family and why we don't mention them in the video, it's because the story is bigger than Jaylen, and the most tragic part of this documentary by far. Jaylen's family was tragically involved in a triple ending that was so horrific that it was documented in a TV true crime series titled Reasonable Doubt, episode 8 of season 4. But a small summary is 4 of Jaylen's family members, what I believe to be her mother, father, brother, and potentially sister, was in a house when someone broke into there and only Jaylen's brother left. Jaylen claims to have heard some of what went down. Jaylen has talked about it very little for most likely obvious reasons. If you're interested, you can go watch the episode. But I think that's the end of the video, guys. Jaylen's story is like a beggar who sits outside of a gas station hoping that their tragic story is enough to get their fix on the passerbys. But instead of a gas station, Jaylen uses the sympathy of people online, framing events and allowing her own personal tragedies to earn her living. And as long as people are taking the bait, I think Jaylen will be around. And I want to thank Wendy's World. This video would not have been possible without their help. I'll link them down below. Make sure to go subscribe to their channel. They got great content over there. But that's enough from me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and follow the socials down below. I'll catch you guys next time.